So I'm now joined by David Butler, the interim head coach and offensive coordinator for Sandwell Steelers, ahead of what's going to be a final for the Division 2 Championship against the Colchester Gladiators. David, it's obviously been a U-turn in fortunes for the Sandwell Steelers this season, and you find yourself in the final at the first time of asking. How's the season been for you leading up to today?
I said when we chatted in the week, I think that the thing that I'm really most impressed about with us as a group is that we've steadily built as the season's gone on. Like our first game, we started off really well. Our pre-season was really good. We had lots of pre-season games. You know, we did all the stuff, like we got the drones in, we did everything. The prep was remarkable. Yeah. But obviously that first game was always that first game, and we started off well, got a bit rocky at the end, but we held on to that first win. And obviously it was the first win for some people ever, and it was the first win for the club in like 5 years. So to get that first win was massive, and from that point we started to steadily build as the season went on, and our performances like proved it as the weeks went on. So it was like a case of I'm happy, and we were as a staff were happy at how we didn't stay or we didn't plateau or we didn't peak. We just consistently got better and better and better as the season went on.
And as we chatted through the week, you mentioned how you're probably here a year ahead of schedule that you set out when you decided to try and turn the club around. That famously you were on the way to Prem coming out before COVID hit, and now you've done that. It must be satisfying to find yourself in this situation after what's been a rocky couple of years.
Very. I mean, I don't think people realise how close the club came to actual folding. If it wasn't for Sam Astley, who was there when the club was almost at its death, like when they took 14 people to Manchester in 2022, in a Prem level, that's not sustainable. But we spoke in the off season, and he was like, what do you think we can save him? And I was like, well, I think we can, but it's going to take 3 years. Yeah. So we knew that coming into the first year at a higher level, and we recruited hard, but it was a lot of young guys and a lot of rookies and a lot of guys that hadn't got game time with other places, so they were really raw, and it takes time to bed in and learn the systems, etc, etc. So we knew that first year we were going to take it on the chin, and we said whatever comes. Second year we build, and the third year hopefully we get where we are now. Yeah. So it's actually built really fast and got here before we thought we was going to get here, to be honest.
Amazing. And so now you've already earned promotion, because that's what the semi-finalists get in Division 2, right? But you find yourself here facing the Colchester Gladiators. Yes. So what are you expecting today in this final? I know we chatted during the week, but give your thoughts on how you think
I think that today. Any team that gets to a major final is going to be a great opponent. So we've watched film on, and we've studied them for a few weeks. They got some really good talented players on both sides of the ball, and again, we've catered the game plan to fit. Hopefully that works. But they're a great team, and it's like we expect an absolute battle. And I think that if it's not a battle, I'll be surprised. I'm sure we're going to show up, but I'm certain they're going to show up. So I think it'll be a case of 4 quarters, and I still generally believe it's the guys that make the least mistakes will end up winning.
Yeah,
I truly believe
superb. That. And last question from me is that this will obviously go out after the game.
Okay.
So to give people an idea of what to expect, who would you single out, or if there's a unit that you think that people should be looking at today that will be the difference makers for you?
I genuinely still believe that our defensive line sets the tone for this club, and I think that if the defensive line set the tone, then everybody, raises their game towards that. So if the defense come out and set that tone early, the offense feed off of that, and I think that's where we'll see the mistakes happen off of their offense, and if we get that pressure, and it'll snowball from there, I think.
Yeah, amazing. David Butler, interim head coach of Sandwell Steelers, thank you very much for joining us.
Best
luck today, and hope everyone stays well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And so now I'm joined by Tom Blum, who's the running backs coach and special teams for the Colchester Gladiators ahead of the Division 2 Championship. Is just around the corner now, isn't it? Yeah, we're all getting ready. So congratulations to getting to this point. You've had a fantastic season so far. I believe it's something like 9-1, isn't it, coming into today? How's the season been for you guys leading up to today?
Obviously, say 9-1 is a fantastic record. We had obviously a loss in the regular season we weren't expecting, but we came back from that quite strong. So we've really put the effort in from beginning of January with our come and try sessions. We had a great rookie intake this year, and that's really shone for us through the season all the way up till today. And those rookies we saw early in January are playing a big part for us today, which is massive. And the progression from the last couple of years, not just this year, all building up to this. So yeah, we're pumped.
Amazing. And yeah, like you referred to, you had one blip in the season of what could have been a perfect season, but that tends to be what's happened for the Colchester Gladiators the last couple of years, where you've kind of had a tumultuous time of it, and you've certainly on the way up. I spoke to Dave Ironmonger in the week from a preview, and he said that this is a 4-year process that you've been going through, and now you're here. So how does it feel as a team to actually be here now you've been on that journey?
I think a lot of people are obviously quite not emotional, but sort of like, this has taken a long time. Like I say, 4-year process. It has been a tumultuous period for the Glads, coming down from Division 1, rebuilding to get ourselves back up there. We've finally done it this year. A lot of effort has gone in behind the scenes, and we'd love to cap it off today with a win, and we want nothing more than that. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant to be here. We've wanted this, as I say, for the last 4 years, to finally get here and get the chance to prove ourselves in front of the rest of the country is going to be fantastic. Amazing.
And give us your thoughts on today's game then. So you're facing a Sandwell Steelers team in a preview. It was almost like I was writing about the same teams, with your stats, with your season, your journey as a team. They're probably a little bit earlier than they expected. But for you guys today, what are you expecting from today's game?
Well, like you said, a very similar story for them, obviously coming down from the Prem in the last 2 years, and then find themselves in Div 2. And like you said, I think in your preview, which I did read, they have bounced back pretty much straight away, which is fantastic to see, and it just shows us sort of how ready those guys are to come and face us today. We've done our work, we've done our prep, we know what they bring, and we are ready to face a strong, well-drilled team, and we're ready for a close game. We're prepared for every eventuality. We think we can do it. We've got the confidence, and we are ready to go out there and prove it today.
Yeah, I think I said on the podcast over under something like 25 or something, because it's probably going to be a bit of a slugfest.
Absolutely.
But as I said in other interviews, this is going to go out after the game, so you can give a little bit away a bit more now if you like. But if you were to tell the listeners and the viewers to look at something on the field that the Colchester Gladiators is going to stand out doing, what would you do? What would you say it is?
Yeah, well, naturally, as a running backs coach, I'd have to say our running game is pretty strong. We've got a strong rotation of 5 running backs. Actually, I think we might even have 6 here today, all of which will play a part. And they're more than happy to get the dirty yards and then break it free for a touchdown. And really proud of how they've come on. Defensively, we have been absolutely fantastic on the D-line this year. The pass rush has been outstanding, so I'm looking for those guys to make an impact today. Special teams wise, our punter Bradling has changed games for us just by making sort of these ridiculous punts. He gets it in the 20 every single time. We're looking for that today as well. So a couple of people to look out for. I could be here for 20 minutes listing people. I feel so sorry for anyone I haven't mentioned, but all over the field we've got people who can make an impact.
Brilliant. Well, Tom Blum of the Colchester Gladiators, congratulations on getting here so far.
Thank you.
So hope everyone stays well and you get the outcome that you were after for today. But thank you very much for joining us.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Real.
Cheers.
So yeah, I'm here with Zach Green, the quarterback of the Sandwell Steelers. Commiserations, obviously, not probably the icing on the cake that you'd have wanted to finish with, but still Division 1 football. Yeah. But before we go on to that, give us thoughts on the game.
I think it took us a little bit long to wake up. I know our offence is a lot better than that. We really rely on our run game. I think it took a little bit to wake up, but all credit to their defence. They were very physical, and if the first guy didn't make the tackle, the second one definitely did, and it was a long sled for us.
We predicted going into the game that it was going to be a hard-fought, in the trenches game. It ended up being that way. 14-0 is obviously a low-scoring game. So, give us your thoughts from an offensive point of view. You said that you slow to start, but did it work out the way you thought it was going to?
No, not at all. I'll be honest. We was very confident in our offence. We skated their defence really well, and we thought we could get the ball outside. I think we did that on stretch plays, on a lot of jets, and they adapted very quickly. And we did try and adapt, and we tried to keep to our game plan, but sometimes the wheels just don't go the way they want, and you've got to adapt as well. But all credit to them, we did try.
And Adam Smith with a highlight catch for the weekend, maybe. Give us your thoughts on that, because it was going over a little bit from your point of view, but he managed to snatch it in.
I don't want to drop him in it, but he ran the wrong route. But Adam is a human highlight reel. It's his birthday today. He's 34, so a birthday catch for him. He'll be thrilled. And he always runs the wrong route to make highlights catches like that. So yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Superb. But as we said, you know, the runner-up of the final doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world, because you're up in Division 1, which is part of the plan, which we caught up with Dave in the week, and you've succeeded that, haven't you? That you've got Division 1 football next year. Yeah,
exactly. Division 1 football ahead of schedule in this rebuild. I won 26, I think, before our first win this year, and that was a really tough win against Lee. And look where we are now in the final. So we really should be proud of everyone, every single person that's put on the Steelers kit, everyone that's helped out all around with like the committee, everyone that's helped out and come to game days. It's been fantastic, a hell of a year.
Brilliant. Well, it was a really hard-fought game. Really delighted to see you here after what looks like a U-turn with your programme. Best of luck, and congratulations on today, albeit not the outcome that you needed.
Thank you very much. Can I just give a shout out? My little sister's playing in the Birmingham Lions game at linebacker. So Sid, get it all done. Get it done.
Brilliant. Thanks, Zach. Cheers. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're here now with a couple of Colchester players. We've got Luigi and Andy here from the Colchester Gladiators, Division 2 champions. How does that feel?
Great. I mean, I've played the sport for 13 years and never even reached a national final. So it's a year of first for me. You know, first playoff win, first semi-final, first national final, and national champs. So yeah, I've had a cry. I'm almost 30, so I'm allowed to do that now. But you know, for him, he's only had to wait a few years, so he's the lucky one.
And Luigi, touchdown. You were all over the field. I could see you stretching the field as well as diving down the middle. How does it feel to do that in a final at Brit Ball weekend?
Just feels electric, to be honest with you. Just been raring for this game pretty much the whole week. Just ready to go, no nerves. Just put it all out on the field. Last game, win or lose. That was a mission, and we done it.
One little side story: he's had about 5 or 6 of those players this year called back for holding. So the fact that he managed to get one in a national final, no holding calls.
No holding, no foul.
Mate, dream scenario.
Superb. And you reached into the Philadelphia Eagles playbook there on the first touchdown, which you were heavily involved in, which we were talking about off camera there. Yeah. So give us your thoughts there. What were you thinking when that took a long time to pull that over in the end zone there, really, didn't it? I think it might have been 5 or 6 plays before you actually got it over. So talk us through that one.
It's a play we kind of just fell into halfway through the year, because we've got a few big-bodied lads, background in rugby, scrummaging. So we just thought, well, when we're 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, why are we trying to run flash plays? Let's just get our big boys in the middle, push them up, and it's been working. They kind of stuffed us the first time, but then it was a false start, so we went back to basics. But yeah, it's been working for us all year. The guy that runs it, Curtis, that I pushed in, I think that's his 6th touchdown a year on 3 yards, maybe. So it's a dream for him, really. You know, his stats are looking good. But yeah, hopefully we can develop that going into next year, and it might be a useful weapon in Div 1. So.
He comes away with probably no mud on his shirt then when he's getting carried over the line. And Luigi, looking forward to next year then. So you've got Division 1 football for, we caught up with Dave Ironmonger in the preview of this, and he was talking about how it's been a 4-year process, and now you've got it. So what you looking forward to next year?
Pretty much, I'll say just testing my abilities against guys in Division 1, to be honest. So this is my first year playing American football. Loved every single moment of it, touchdowns, blocking, everything. Just want to see what I can do at the next level, really. So that's what I'm looking most forward to.
Told you he's had it easy.
Well, you've been around the sport for a little while now, so you've had the ups and now you've had the downs, and now you've got on the way back up. So give us your thoughts going into next year, which we don't know what division you're going to be in just yet, but it's Division 1 football at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been a long time since I've played Division 1, with the Glads, and it has been quite a painful and long process getting out of Div 2 and going back to that standard that we used to rely on. But yeah, I'm excited. It's a new challenge. I'm going to have to hit the gym. So that's the new challenge for me.
You're being called over, so I'll leave you. I'll let you go.
Thank you, Andy. I
Take
appreciate
care.
it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Well
you,
done,
buddy.
lads. Congratulations. Welcome to Kieran Polly, who's running back and now Division 2 champion with the Colchester Gladiators. Kieran, they said you were going to run the ball. You definitely did that, right?
We when they said they'd run the ball today, it was a bit more than I was first thinking for. But I think the conditions and weather kind of changed our whole plan. You know, we're a very versatile offence, and you know the plan would be to pass it as much as possible. You know, we've got Nat at QB, he's got a hell of an arm on him, and then to end up running the ball, you know, get all the yards that we do. You know, we've got 5 very good running backs out there. You know, the options are endless for us.
It was a true committee, but obviously with the MVP honours at the end of the day, you know, obviously accumulated quite a number of yards and certainly salted away the game in the fourth quarter there yourself. So did the game play? You mentioned that you didn't pass it as much, but did they bring the defence that you were expecting?
Oh yeah, we knew it was going to be a game in the trenches. You know, they're a hell of a team. We kind of had the expectation that they would plug the box, you know, force us to try and get that pass game in. You know, we got it slightly in the first quarter, but then after that it was very much a run-heavy offence. You know, when you got your full-backs, bring in like our linebackers, Fondant, you know, it's a hell of a blocker for you. So full-backs and offensive line, when you got that, you know, it's a recipe for success, you know.
Superb, and obviously Division 1 next year, so you're looking forward to taking the step up and taking it to Division 1.
Oh yeah, you know, the goal at the start of the year was always Division 1. You know, we're a team that I think we can compete with the best. You know, the recruiting this year has been insane, you know, bringing in, working with the gyms in Colchester. You know, we've got the players to get us to that level. Now it's time for us to show what we got on the next stage.
Brilliant. Kieran Polly, MVP for the Division 2 Championship. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations. So we're Carl Burke, who's the defensive line coach of the Colchester Gladiators, who are now Division 2 champions, which is incredible to say. So how do you feel having put the icing on the cake of a very good Division 2 season that you've had?
That was a good season. We've had some tough games. Essex Tridents give us some tough games. We knew coming in here that we were up against a cracking defence. Their offensive line, I'd say, is Division 1 or above, you know, but we've got that on defensive line. Yeah. We've got some great players. We've got a great group of lads who really lead the team, you know, and I think that's what's done us on defence.
And it didn't look like your defensive line didn't get much push, but certainly they were very disciplined in their lanes, and they held the offensive line of Sandwell from being able to push forward. Is that what you saw, or did you see something different?
That's exactly what I saw. I mean, normally we can dominate. You know, we've dominated a couple of teams this year. Coming in, you know, I said to the lads before the game, this is a upper First Division Premiership offensive line. And we've got to play that way, and I believe we did, you know. All right, we didn't get too much pressure really, but, you know, no one's going to run the middle against us, not against that defensive line.
You've got a man mountain in the middle as well, in the nose tackle, who I think I've seen on your socials is a rookie as well, is that right?
Yeah, he's 5th strongest man in the UK, and he's a excellent fella for following. You know, he takes coaching, he helps with coaching, and he's a leader. And that's rubbed off on the others. You know, like I say, we were sat in there at half time, everybody come to the defensive line. All the defence came to the defensive line because they know that's where the leaders are.
Superb. And the game itself overall, did it go the way you thought it was going to be? We predicted inside Britball that it was going to be an over-under of about 25, so it ended up being that way, 14-0. Did it go the way you thought it went before the game?
Yeah, I hadn't really seen their defence. I'd heard about it, you know, and I knew they had a really good defence, but they're playing, you know, our offence plays against a good defence every week, you know, and I knew if our offence could move the ball at all, you know, we could take the game, but it was a nervy start. I mean, this is my 4th championship one, and you know, the nerves are still there, and this was a particularly nervy one until we got kicking off, you know. But,
well, the icing's on the cake now, and looking forward to Division 1. We obviously don't know where you'll be aligned to. We can hazard a guess, but just give us your quick thoughts on what you're expecting from Division 1, and how does it feel to be a Division 1 team now?
Well, I've told the lads when we finish today, every game is going to be like that next season. You know, every game, because you know you've got some cracking teams up there. I believe the Tridents will move up, and we know that it's going to be attritional. You know, so we need to shore ourselves up a little bit, particularly defensive line. We've got six on there at the moment. A couple more coming through from the strong man. That's a bane for us. That is brilliant for us. And some of the rookies that didn't get to play today are going to be stars next year. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on your success this year. We're looking forward to seeing you in Division 1 next year. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.